Extra Points.
All right, Drew's back. We're going to use your expertise. Big game tomorrow night, Dolphins Giants. What are your keys to the game?
Well, obviously, one, the Dolphins have to slow down Eli Manning. He's still one of the top quarterbacks in the game, and of course, he's got the dynamic Odell Beckham, who's one of the best overall players in football. For the Dolphins, they have to do more on offense. The Giants do not have a good defense.
For sure.
The Dolphins have to score some points tomorrow night. That's an easy key, and I've said it all year long, they're going to need balance. We've proven that the Dolphins can't win when it's just Tannehill. So if they can combine a run game with Lamar Miller and company with Tannehill, hopefully Landry is healthy this week, and the Dolphins can score some points.
I know Miller's agent. I do.
So do I. He's a great guy.
Believe it or not, the Giants have not played. I agree. The Giants have not played here in 19 years.
Wow.
More Dolphins fans tomorrow night, more Giants fans.
I'm going to have to say more Giant fans.
Now, you might be right.
The Giants,
blue.
There's a lot of Giant fans. There's a lot of transplant New Yorkers from New Jersey. The Giants are obviously, we talked about at the top of the show, playing for the division. The crowd for the Ravens game was non-existent. I don't think that, but again, it's Monday Night Football. So I think Dolphin fans will show up. So Dolphin fans, you come out to the game and support your team, and let's make sure it's white, teal, and orange and not blue.
Selling tickets, he is. Monday night ESPN analyst Jon Gruden. He's been in town all weekend, actually. Today, Gruden was at Dick's Sporting Goods in Hollywood, talked to high school football players there. He also talked to us about the future for Dolphins quarterback Ryan Tannehill.
I think Tannehill can play. There's no question he has arm talent. He's an athlete. You can't keep changing offenses every year. You won't know what the stew is. I think Zach Taylor, the new offensive coordinator, has a history with Tannehill. I think you'll see him do more at the line of scrimmage than he's done before. I think that's a big start.
Producers telling me it's Plantation, not Hollywood. Tannehill not having a great year. Do you agree with Gruden about the future for Tannehill?
I do. You certainly can't give up on him. At this point, Steve, he hasn't lived up to his contract or the expectations when they took him in the first round. But what else are you going to do? I mean, it's not like every year you can get a top quarterback. They're not available in free agency, and unless you're the worst in the league, you're not going to get a Jameis Winston or a Cam Newton. So the Dolphins are stuck with this guy for at least a year or two, and I think Gruden's right. They have to develop him, work with him, and coach him up.
Former Dolphins coach Joe Philbin is on the NFL catch committee. They have to determine what a catch is, apparently, now. Does Philbin get back into coaching in the league?
Sure. He's never going to be a head coach again. But he'll absolutely be maybe a coordinator, at least a quarterback coach. Hey, going into this job, Philbin was very well respected and successful with the Green Bay Packers. Again, he had Aaron Rodgers, so that doesn't hurt. That'll make any offensive coach look good. But I do think he gets back into the NFL in some capacity.
There are 3 current Dolphin players that were announced in the top 50. Wake, Grimes, and Pouncey. Are there any more current players who will be future top 50 players?
Well, Brandon Albert's certainly one of the most talented left tackles that the Dolphins have ever had.
Yeah, Richmond Webb, one of the top 50.
Sure, but he'll need to have a long career to make that, but one of the more talented guys. And Landry has been brilliant. Jarvis Landry's been a brilliant talent, but of course he still has a long career ahead of him. Hopefully the Dolphins can keep him for years to come. Those 2 guys come to mind, and there's one other player potentially. I think Rashad Jones has been one of the best safeties the Dolphins have had. Rashad Jones. He's been, if you think about the great Dolphin safeties, he's right up there.
4 interceptions this year so far.
Yep.
Number 20, Rashad Jones. He's number 1 in our hearts. You have just
Steve.
received the view from Drew.